Right now we're going to take a look at how you would run reports in Provider Suite's Billing Manager. So to run my reports, I would just come over here to Practice Management, Reports. So this screen is our reporting module, and this is where I want to go to run all my financial reports. So here's a drop-down list of all the reports that we have. We have lots of reports in here. I think we have between 100 and 150 reports already loaded in here. Now each of these reports have their own filter options, and I can export these reports to Excel and combine them and manipulate them manually in Excel. So with those tools, usually what you're looking for, you're going to find. However, if you need a very specific report, we do custom reports all the time. Our motto is whatever you enter in the system, we can retrieve out for you. So reports are never an issue for us. Just know whatever you enter in the system, we can get it out for you. And with custom reports, sometimes there's a modest fee, sometimes it's free of charge. We take it on a report by report basis. So you just let our support team know, and we'll take a look at it for you and let you know. So the good news is whatever you enter, we can retrieve out for you. Reports are not an issue for us. And I'm just slowly scrolling through this list of reports just to show you an example of all the different reports that we have in here. Now, next I'm going to show you an example of a couple reports that you would run. So one example is this unpaid claims report. This is a good AR workflow report. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Now, when you click on a report, the first thing the system does is it gives you a demo version of that report. So these aren't my live numbers. I would actually click OK to run the report to get my live numbers. But by me clicking on the report and seeing this demo version of the report, I can see what this report is going to look like without me having to run it. So if I'm not really sure which report I need to run, I'm not running report after report to see what it looks like. I just click on it and I can see exactly what information it's going to report back to me. So if I can see, okay, this is a report I'm looking for, now I can click OK up here to run the report. So this unpaid claims report, this is a good report for me to run on maybe a monthly basis for me to follow up on claims that have not been paid. And I can filter this report from days outstanding. So maybe I only want to review claims that are 30 days old. And I can even filter it out by payer. And what this report is giving me is each payer's claims that are still outstanding. So these payers are listed in alphabetical order, and it's giving me the phone number and pretty much everything I need in order to obtain claim status. And then I can actually export this report in Excel and work off of it in Excel without having to physically print it and work off of paper. Another good report is this ATB by category report. So I just clicked on it, and again, here's my demo version of it. So this is a good report for you to kind of see where your AR stands as far as payers. So I can see which payers I need to work on the AR maybe a little bit more than others. Another good report is this provider analysis report. And this is good if I have multiple providers in my practice and I want to break it down to kind of see each provider's productivity. I can see that in this provider analysis report, and I can even drill it down by provider. And then the last report I want to show is called this performance summary report. Now this is a good quarterly or yearly report. You don't want to run this monthly, and I'll kind of explain why. This is a good quarterly or yearly report I can run to show my providers. And this has lots of charts and graphs to kind of help the providers understand where their AR in their account or how it's, processed over the months. So here's my major payers, or all my payers, so I can identify who my major payers are. I'm just going to slowly scroll through this report. And this is why I say it's more of a quarterly or yearly report. Here's a graph of my charges, payments, and adjustments by month. So this September would be my most current month that I'm running it for. And it's just showing me how those numbers have increased or decreased over the months. And that way I'm always comparing myself to myself. I can see how those numbers have increased or decreased over the year. So right here is our total AR. As you can see, there's a dip in the AR in September. Maybe my provider went out on vacation. So I can show my provider right here. We had a dip in total AR due to a vacation. And then here's your your AR days, which are your average days it takes to collect money from insurance companies. As you can see, it was easier to collect on a lower AR since there was a dip in September. And that is just a brief overview of how you would run reports in Provider Suite's Billing Manager.